Good morning, Hermana. How's it going? Just marking out my levels here, waiting for this news to break at 8:30. How are you doing? All right. What's up, Storm? What's going on? Yeah, I hope it will be a good one today as well. We got a series of levels above us and below us, so I'm just marking those out now. Trying to stay on top of the game here. News breaks in 2 minutes. So yesterday's high ended up being a poor high. Very interesting. What's up, Tank? Morning, Crown. How you making out on those TopStep accounts, Tank? Haven't talked to you in a couple days. Oh yeah, you blew them yesterday. Went on to. Oh my god, man! That happens to all of us, man. That happens to all of us, dude. I'm sorry to hear that. Were you trying to fight the trend on the way down, or on a? There was mostly a downtrend day yesterday. Slow and steady, dude. Start over, man. Oversizing? Oh yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, that happens. That's happened to me as well, man. With the oversizing, when you don't want to end up green on a day. You're like, if I just take this one trade with 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 contracts, and I'll make up for it. Yeah, here we go. News is in, guys. NFP news is in. We're getting some crazy action. So let's see. We have today being Friday. Let's go ahead and check out the news. All right, so unemployment change, it looks like it is, employment change is actually up substantially. Unemployment rate actually rose a little bit. Mixed bag here. Huge move to the upside though. The unemployment rate did tick up a little bit, but the employment change is what's really crazy. It just popped like double the amount. So actual is good for currency, so it shouldn't be great for the market. I have a feeling we're gonna tank today. I do have a feeling we're gonna drop like a rock today, but we'll see. It's always the first move is, you really can't trust the first move, right? Hopefully you guys got in on that. If you did, congratulations. We do have a looks like a time point of control here at 3:36. Not sure if that'll matter much. Yeah, we have that worked out already. Did we get a bit of yeah, looks like we got something, right? Got a little wick on this move. See if we can't get that wick where it should be. Looks like the market's currently looking for higher prices. All right. Where's she headed to? She might be wanting to repair that poor low from yesterday at 560. Stopped at 200, but yes, was not the best day. Storm says private payrolls down, mostly government jobs. Oh, that's what it is, huh? Yeah, I think it might be. So let's see. Let's take a look here. What's going on? What's our ATR right now? ATR is 16. Well, that's skewed. Pretty massive move up here. So we hit the naked point of control there at 21,516. I don't see why not. Short looks just as good as a long. So short looks a little better because we hit the MPOC, but we do have that. It may not be a short for long because we do have that poor high above us. So I wouldn't put all my eggs in that one basket. If I knew how to get rid of these old orders, I would be very happy. Alright, got my Bulenox cleaned up. Bulenox is sitting pretty at 52,000. I just need about $900 more in order to get her to live status. Alright, so let's hope for the best here. Alright, so we've got a 1 minute on the right hand side, 3 minute on the left hand side. We might find support here off of the overnight highs. Or the EMAs. We also have the anchored VWAP there that's acting as resistance. I'm going to run another anchored VWAP from the high. See what that one does. Small gain is better than a small loss, so congrats on that, Storm. So that's pretty funny. Check that out. The anchored VWAP from the high, from the all-time high, and the anchored VWAP from the recent low is literally at the same place. That is nuts. I'm going to make the anchored VWAP high a different color. I'm gonna make her a color I don't have on my screen. See, I don't have a yellow line. All right, so I'll make her yellow. Okay, so our anchored VWAP from the high and the anchored VWAP from the low are both in the same place. So let's look at, we're gonna keep our eye on that level today. Right now, she doesn't care about any anchored VWAP. She's just running. I think she's gonna want to go for the poor highs. I think she'll want to go for the poor highs. So let's see if that's what we get. Tank, what do you think about that that candle yesterday on Bitcoin? I'm surprised you haven't escaped to like some private beach, bud, or didn't buy your own private island with all that, with the amount of money one Bitcoin's costing right now, or has cost in the last few days. You must be up like crazy, bud. Congratulations. Tank bought a lot of Bitcoin at a good price. All right, so let's see what we've got here. I think we're gonna make the run for the poor highs, guys, at a 567. I think it's gonna make that run. That's what it's looking like right now. This is a strong level in here, though. Let me just mark this out for you guys. This is going to be a very strong level in here. This overnight high and these VWAPs, strong level. I think this is going to be a very strong level. So if we get a drop here, could find support there. Could find support there. If not, then we might retest this VWAP and come back up. Who knows? We have plenty of time to the open. This move is still looking kind of strong. Still got some strength left in it. I believe it may want to come down just a little bit. So I'm keeping my eyes on these levels here at around 500 to 490. See if this move will catch support from that area. If not, then we've always got some lower levels at 476, 450. Yeah, 450. Yeah, this could be a little bit of a short here. Maybe some profit taking. Again, I want to redirect your attention to the left-hand screen here, and I want to show you something. Look at these spikes in CVD when the market tends to reverse. Spike in CVD here on the left-hand side on Renko. Spike in CVD here. Spike in CVD here. Very, very strange how that just lines up very perfectly like that. But I'm trying to see how I can incorporate that into my trading strategy, but it's looking very promising. Good morning, Josito, brother. Haven't seen you in a few days. Hope you've been well. Short again at 21.525. Yeah, that's the move I would have taken. I just didn't get a chance to get in it. Thanks, Josito. I appreciate you, brother. Yeah, we missed you yesterday, man. Yesterday was a good day of trading. There was a lot of action. There was a lot of movement. 21.515. Is that where you took it? Good trade. Good trade. I foresee some support in this area here. If we lose this area, then we can recover this entire candle. Good short, though. Good short. So, Josito, I anchored two VWAPs, one from the all-time high and one from the recent low. Not recent low, but like the low of the last week or two. And they're both right here. They're both at 490, 493, which is crazy. This could lead to a bit of strength. And we're getting that spike in CVD on the Renko again. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, Josito, I know, man. I know what you're saying, dude. I've traded like that sometimes too, where I have like a YouTuber in the background and I pick up a bias from them by accident and I end up getting wrecked. And then I'm like, I just need to trade without any noise or anybody else's perspective. That's why I try to be really neutral in what I say. I just tell you guys to, take a look at these levels or watch out. I never say, hey, go long here, go short here. I always tell you guys I'm long or I'm short, but it's not for you guys to take I'm like I always say, I tell you guys all the time, I'm usually wrong. I'm wrong more than I'm right. So Storm says we're holding yesterday's IB low. Are we really? So I guess there's multiple levels there. Must be multiple levels there. There's probably a lot of strength in that level, in this area. I'm looking for one more touch of that 495 level. I'm looking for one more touch. Maybe we can get one more touch here. I like to see a little more manipulation before heading back up. That might have been all she wrote. She might keep going higher from here. I personally would like one more touch of 495. We might be getting it here. This would be a more probable trade if we are able to catch it. Now let's see if she holds 495 or if she breaks. Looks like that short might be paying off right now. All right, so we're right there. We got both anchored VWAPs right here. We got yesterday's. We got overnight highs. Will this level hold? This candle looks like it does want to get recovered. They usually do sooner than later. So we'll see what kind of absorption we get here. Not in love with a long just yet though. I'd like to see a little bit more to the downside. We're not that oversold just yet. Good morning, Zorban. Zorban shorted to 511. Good for you, Zorban. We might get a quick drop here to VWAP. That would make a lot of sense. That would make a lot of sense. A lot of people might be getting short on this reintroduction to the range from the overnight highs. She's looking like she might be absorbing a couple of orders here. She might be absorbing a couple of orders. You got that low-hanging fruit of the VWAP right there, 475. And the market knows that. So the market says, do we go and touch that 475? Where everybody expects us to go right now? Or do we reverse it now and rip it back up? That's the question you ask yourself. Storm is taking cover. Probably the same thing I'd be doing. You might want one big flush here before heading back up if we do head back up. It's setting itself up nicely though.
Order filled.
I'm going to try a quick long here, see if I can little bit further higher than I would have liked, but I'll try. Big spike in volume came in.
Order filled.
So I just added to that order. Oh no.
Stop filled.
So we're wrong? We're wrong for the moment. What's up, Design Knob? What's going on? As per usual, big moves, then retrace the entire thing. Yeah, I hear you, man. This could be a bit of reversal here, though. I'm thinking it could be. May have to try her again.
Order filled.
I'm gonna try her again here. If I'm wrong on this idea here, then I'm leaving her alone.
Order filled.
We'll let it ride here for a bit. I know it's probably a dumb trade, knowing that the VWAP is right there, but I'm looking at this trade as possible manipulation, where the VWAP is right there, and most people would think that's where we're going. We did have this huge spike in volume on CVD going down, and I see a lot of bullish possible reversal things here. So see if our thesis is right. See if Design Knob will be proud of us here with our thesis, our Reese's thesis. If we break out of here, I might add another 5.
Order filled.
All right, so we've got 3 on, so I'll stop 5. Hopefully we'll get some movement here. I'd like to see a little pop here. So Storm longed 21,497. Good job, Storm. Hopefully we can take one off here at 503.
Order filled.
All right, we take that one. And did I just? So it's not 5. I'm gonna go to break even. Hopefully we're okay here and our break even doesn't get tapped. Good chance it will though. Good chance it will. Still trying to recover from that first trade. We are technically green because our P&L is green. So if we can get this reversal here, I'm going to hold one to the ATH. Hopefully we don't get a retracement here. Looks like we are.
Stop filled.
All right, we'll be patient. Design Knob shorted 504. At least we got something off of her, and I still believe in this move. I think this might be just a stop run here.
Order filled.
Yeah, she's playing a mean hand here. She's playing a pretty mean hand. I'm not exactly sure myself which way she may want to go here. I'm taking more the manipulation route. So we'll see. That's trade design up. Yeah, we might get a nasty spill here. Could be getting a nasty spill. So a design up thinks it tanks at the open. I believe that. All right, so let's leave her alone for a bit now. Let her do her thing. Don't want to get on her bad side. She might do this grind down. The grind down is never a fun thing to trade. So design ops saying it's pretty hard to change your bias right now when the market's up this much. Technically, we're still very bullish. I agree with him. Even if the market tanked to 21,000, he says the market would still be very bullish. There goes my long. It's funny how the long comes when you're not expecting it. Your trade comes in when it wants to, not when you want it to. It's hilarious. Josito says 65% of Fridays have been green, 35% have been red. Longer term time frames have little impact on us lonely people, day traders looking for 10-point moves. Absolutely. That's why bias sometimes is more crippling than it is helpful. It really does sometimes not really help. It's good to know the overall bias of the day, yes, because you know which type of trades to favor. But when your stop loss is only a few points, it doesn't matter what kind of a day it is, you can get stopped out and be right on the direction. Really, for us, it really comes down to more timing than it does bias. This is the long I was looking for. Off of that level, I thought this level was very strong. So funny how it likes to mess with you psychologically, right? If I would have had my stop with a little more room, if I would have had my stop down here where the last low was, I would have been safe on this reversal up. but I had it too tight. I had it for like 5 points. I mean, I guess that's the trade-off you have to take, right? I could have re-entered this one if I really believed in it. But after being stopped out twice, I'm kind of like, I'm over it. Yeah, Josito agrees with that theory that the day could be green and you could make money shorting. Vice versa. It can happen either way. Let's take a look at volatility, see how we're faring with that. Haven't had a chance to look at that yet. Volatility is once again dropping hard, which give way for higher prices. It's retesting the lows. So yeah, guys, I don't know. This could be another green day, or unless this is a fake out, this could be a fake out, retesting the trend line. Because if we fix this trend line a little bit, and we make a line up with these wicks, kind of looks like it's retesting it a little bit more. Yeah, so that's pretty interesting there. I think this market may want to repair those poor highs, man. That's kind of what it's looking like at the moment. What happens later after that is anyone's guess, but I think it may want to repair those poor highs. So we're just going to bounce around here until the open. I wonder if anything is going to come of that earthquake yesterday. Yeah, I agree with you, Design Knob. I am going to shut it down pretty quick and get out of here. My wife is still doing some last minute things here at the house, so I have, I'm green lit till about 9:30, 10 o'clock. So I'm just hanging out with you guys for a little bit. I've got all my stuff packed up, ready to go. I cleaned the house yesterday afterwards, so everything's pretty much set. This might be the long trade here. Let's see, employment change, BLS, risk binary markets, risk rates, selling things. I don't really see anything. Don't really see anything catastrophic about that earthquake. I'm sure for the people there, it might have been a little bit more impactful. But thank you, Design Up. I have also learned to prioritize family over trading, which could be something that I would have struggled with in the past. I'm interested in taking another long here because I see this big spike down in volume. I'm taking that one on Bulenox. See if I can't make some money on Bulenox here. Level 5. I got to stop at 489 and on a take profit at 510. See if we grab something off of that for Bulenox. Might add to this order if it looks nice. Starting to look pretty good. I added another one there. Oh no, I hit the wrong button. Oh, at least I made 40 bucks. I hit the wrong button. I hit flat and all instead of add on Bulenox. That's hilarious. Maybe that was the right move. No, it doesn't look like it. Looks like it's going higher. Oh man, that sucks. Do I re-enter it? I'm gonna wait for a little pullback. Damn, that sucks. Oh man, I hit flat and all. I'm such an idiot. I'm such an idiot. I'm such an idiot. What's up, Tova? Take care, Design Up. Design Up's heading out. Take your daughter to the dentist. Have a great day too, brother. That's more important than trading, obviously. Hopefully you get a clean bill of health from the dentist. Hold on a second, guys. All right, sorry about that. We're back. At least I'm up $40 on Bulenox. I think we go higher, guys. I really do. I'd like to get a position in here where I can protect my entry, because I think we'll go higher. Or maybe this thing just chops till the open. Those are never nice. So where we are right now is we're at the overnight highs. Between the overnight highs and the naked point of control, which we kind of bounced off of at 21,516. And we have below us the anchored VWAP from the highs, the anchored VWAP from the lows. We have the overnight highs there too. So this is a very strong area, a very, very strong area here. And then just below us, we have the VWAP daily open and yesterday's lows and overnight lows. So very, very tight place to be in right now. So Tova already hit his daily goal on his 150K combine. Congrats, Tova. It's locked out, waiting for open in a XFA. Yeah, treat that thing like gold, man. Treat that thing nice. XFAs are hard to come by these days. I've been trying to get my XFAs in with these 5 TopSteps. This is my third attempt. My third attempt at trying to get them to XFA status. So congratulations on that. Not an easy thing to do. So Tova did his daily goal today in gold. Not even NQ. He hit it in gold. Is gold trading nicer than NQ is at the moment? Yeah, looks like you would have caught a nice short on gold right around here. And a nice long as well. Yeah, you probably caught that short that I just pointed out. Well, good job, brother. So right now I'm not really in love with anything I see. The choppiness is making me feel a little uneasy. I do feel this will break to the upside though. I am favoring more the upside than the downside. But our open can have a wiki mess, which could drop down to grab the liquidity at the VWAP, the actual VWAP, and then go up higher. So I'm gonna just sit tight and wait for the open here. We're only about 17 minutes away. If we see something really nice and interesting before then maybe I'll jump in. But at the moment, my trade has gotten away from me. I would have been sitting nice in Bulenox right now. But my fat fingers hit the flatten all button instead of the buy market. We got 21 viewers, guys, and 9 likes. So if you wouldn't mind, hit that like button. It will help the stream. We're not going to be on here long today, but at least for now, we'll make our stream count. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. You know, it was an accident. So for me to have re-entered there, it would have given me FOMO vibes, and I don't want to. I don't want to look back and be like, oh, I re-entered that trade out of FOMO. I have to get okay. I have to get used to, and I have to be okay with a trade getting away from me, missing entries, missing, you know, take profits. I have to be okay with that. If we're not okay with losing money, we'll never be okay with making money. It's kind of the way I'm looking at it. Like right now, you probably, all you guys are probably going to tell me. Let me take a poll. Let me take a poll. I'm gonna ask you guys a question. Good morning, Vladimir. How you doing, brother? I'm gonna take a poll right now. So 2 years ago, we bought a ton of XRP, hoping that lawsuit would get dropped or settled. Either way, I thought it would be good for XRP since it was being held down artificially for so long. It completely missed the last bull run. So my question for you guys is, should we sell XRP now and take out our initial profit, initial investment, maybe leave a moon bag, or should we just hold that sucker to $3 to $5? It still hasn't hit its all-time high. It was off by like 30 cents maybe, or 50 cents. Do we paper hand it and sell our XRP now and take our initial profit out, or do we hold that sucker to $3 to $5 and then sell? So Tova already sold half of his, and that's exactly what I think I'm going to do now. So I keep my XRP on my ledger, and I try to, yeah, I'm going to hold some for the kids, absolutely. I keep my XRP on my ledger. So ledger allows you to swap for USDC, so you can in and out of that thing. But dude, they were going to charge me roughly about $1,600 for the swap. It was crazy. So then I was thinking, all right, well, I guess I'll have to transfer it to like one of my exchanges. So I'm probably going to end up doing that, transfer it to an exchange, even though it adds a little bit more risk and, you know, transferring large amounts of crypto from one wallet to another. You know, I always get nervous when I do that because, you know, obviously what if, you know, you hit the wrong button or it never shows up. So I'm going to probably end up doing that today and take out the initial investment and let the moon bag ride. But we'll see. So Unicorn Queen says she bought XRP years ago. Glad I did. Good for you, girl. My average, I can't remember. I bought it 2 years ago. So I either bought it on the way down between $1 to 50 cents. I bought it somewhere between $1 to 50 cents. So I don't know. I didn't catch the bottom, if that's what you're asking. I had, what happened in my situation is that I happened to have sold one of my properties during that time. And I don't like to hold on to too much cash because when I do, I burn through it. So I diversified into different things. One of them was XRP, which was like a long shot. That was like investing in angel investing, you know, like venture capital investing, where you know that 90% of your investments go bad, but the 10% that go good, they go really good. So yeah, so I think it's time now to take out that initial investment, do the responsible thing, and then let the moon bag ride. And if that moon bag hits $3 to $5, we'll still be doing good. We'll still be doing really good. So the poll right now is a mixed bag. It says I should diamond hands it 57%, and paper handing is roughly about 43. So yeah, I'm curious to see what you guys would do in this situation. Really curious. You know what's funny is, instead of holding XRP for 2 years, going through a whole half a cycle basically, and seeing the price just flatline, it's pretty nerve-wracking. I could have literally bought XRP like 2 weeks ago and probably got a better entry than I did 2 years ago. Pretty nuts, right? Pretty nuts. You just can't time these things. Kim Major says I should hold that sucker. So maybe I'll make both you guys happy, and I'll sell some and keep some. All right, guys, look at this little pump here. We got ourselves a little pump. Got ourselves a little pump here. I'm really liking this indicator down here. I think it was, let me see who it was that recommended this indicator. Oh, by the way, let me paste the Discord. So Ajax, aka Whitebeard, posted a video about this indicator I'm using. I'm not sure what his name is here on YouTube, but on Discord it's Ajax, aka Whitebeard, and it's called Red K Everx. And this sucker is really accurate, man. It's very accurate, more accurate than anything I've seen so far. If you guys aren't in our Discord, let me go ahead and share that with you so you can get valuable information like this. Guys, whenever you guys post in Discord, I may not look at it right away. Oh, that's Tova. That's you, right, Tova? Oh my God, Tova, this freaking indicator, dude. It's spot on, man. I thought it was you. I just didn't want to call you out by accident. Dude, this indicator is amazing. I mean, I'm not going to go that far yet. I haven't done any much back testing, but the forward testing that I did yesterday and today so far, super, man. Super accurate. That's why I went ahead and customized the colors. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. My volume is down, huh? Got a couple new subs here, which is awesome. All right, let's see our sound. Testing. All right, let's see, maybe. Input level. Test. 1, 2, 3. Let's see, we're good here. Input. Let's check out our levels here. Testing. Well, I'm not spiking. My audio is not spiking. It's in the yellow zone, so that usually means it's perfect. Is anyone else having a problem hearing my audio? I usually watch my videos afterwards and make sure everything was good. But I'm going to put the microphone a little closer to me. Hopefully that helps you, Vladimir. Sorry about that. Yeah, Tova, this is a great tool, man. It's a great tool. Yeah, so I am what I am. I am what I am says I should take half and go buy something nice. So let me tell you guys what I think I'm going to do. All right, let me tell you guys what I think I'm going to do. So I think I'm going to sell my initial investment out of XRP plus an additional 10K and take my wife on a honeymoon that we never had. I think that would make her very happy. And then I'm going to let the rest ride. I think that's what we're going to do. I mean, you can't take the crypto with you to the grave, right? I mean, you could get buried. You can get buried with your ledger, I guess, if you want to be a dick about it, right? So Tova doesn't touch anything at the 0 line. So let me explain to you guys about this indicator that Tova recommended to me. So this indicator down here, let me make it a little bigger. It looks a little too big right now. Okay, we have a 0 line here in the middle, which is a blue line. We have a 50 up here, which is the white line, and we have a negative 50 down here. So what this indicator reads is volume and price with these bars. But these stochastic looking lines, right? These lines, there probably are moving averages of some sort. Whenever you're above a 50 and you get a crossover, you short. Whenever you're under the 50 and you cross over, you go long, right? So download this indicator if you guys want. It's called RedKEverX. Play around with it and see how accurate it is. The video is in our education channel. Check it out. I think it's a great confirmation tool. If you're thinking about going long, you look at you look at this little indicator down here, and if it's doing what you think it should be doing, or if it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, and then then maybe that gives you a little bit more confidence in the trade. And if it's not, then maybe leave it alone. We have 5 minutes left to the open, guys. 5 minutes left. Yeah, man, creating memories. Thanks to XRP. Any recommendations where I should take my wife on a honeymoon? You guys have any places that you visited that you think everybody should visit at least once in their life? She's got a couple of places that she had in mind, but she's open to anything. And she says I never surprise her, so maybe it will surprise her. Looks pretty strong here to the upside. A lot of absorption happening right now. A lot of absorption. Hawaii is my dream honeymoon destination, says Unicorn Queen. Are you married, Unicorn Queen? Punta Cana? Well, she's Dominican. So I think that would kind of be like, that would probably be like a wah, wah to her, you know? There's actually nicer places in Dominican Republic, according to her, that not many tourists know about. There's a place called Samaná that she said is like paradise on earth. But we could go there at any point. We could just visit our family and go there. Tova Trade says it's based off Wyckoff. Oh, that's even better, man. So it's not moving averages. It's based off Wyckoff. I like that. Philippines, says Josito. I was there on a vacation and loved it. A lot of people speak really highly of the Philippines. Boracay, to be exact. So she had mentioned to me, and tell me if it's overrated, and maybe you guys know about this. She mentioned to me the Maldives. That would be her dream destination. I don't know if you guys know anyone who's been to the Maldives, if you guys have been to the Maldives, or if you think it's worth it. For the price, it's not cheap. The Maldives are not cheap by any means of the stretch of the imagination. So I'd be curious what you guys think. Unicorn Queen says she's not married yet, but soon enough. Make sure they sign that prenup, Unicorn Queen, because you bring a lot of value to the table. Yeah, then I'll have to live stream from the Maldives. I'm sure you guys would like that. Mediterranean cruise, including the Canary Islands. Yeah, dude. Oh my God, dude. The Mediterranean is one of my dream destinations too. I would have loved to visit Monaco and Marbella. Oh, dude, that would be amazing. It's very expensive, but worth it. Well, I'm not paying for it. XRP is paying for it. So, and it's one of the nicest things I can do with profits, and knowing that just this one XRP investment alone probably is going to recuperate. At the moment, it probably has recuperated all of my trading tuition, which I'm excited about, which is very, very good for the morale of me as a trader over the last 4 years. I've been putting a lot of money into this thing. And yeah, it hasn't been easy to go through all those hurdles, bumps in the road, and L's and losses. And finally, to get a win like that, man, is feels pretty good. So taking some money off the table and doing something like that with it, I think could make it all worthwhile. There's 4 years of pain. I haven't really been profitable yet in trading. I mean, I have my days, but like overall, I'm still trying to pay back the investments between live accounts. I had 2 live accounts in trading futures, and I've had a handful of prop firms. And I'm gonna get to the math. I'm gonna add that up on a spreadsheet, and I'll share it with you guys. But I funded 2 futures accounts with 20 grand, well, 10 grand a piece, and I went through those in a couple months, and then I went into the prop firm space. And I've been playing around with prop firms now since we've started the channel. My largest investment was with Fast Track, where I bought 20 accounts. I think it cost me just under 4 grand, or just around 4 grand. So that's another 4 grand. So roughly about 25,000 there. And then some, Tradeify accounts, some Apex accounts, not 2 Apex accounts, and TopStep accounts. So I think we're roughly like about 27,000 into our, about 27 to $30,000 into our futures trading education, and a whole lot more from Bitcoin trading that was not profitable. I'm glad I got away from that, because in Bitcoin, they move those markets really, really sharply sometimes. Like yesterday, we had a 10,000 point candle just to rip everybody out. And I mean, we still see volatility in the Nasdaq, but it's a little harder to move the Nasdaq than it is Bitcoin. Tova is recommending that Mediterranean cruise, which sounds amazing. And Josito says I should go to Spain. Magala as well in Spain. Malaga. Yeah, man, I'd like to go all those places. I started trading my own personal capital, says Unicorn Queen. Too soon. Now it's just now it's not a problem, but before I was blowing a lot of money and decided to let the prop firm account pay me some of that money back. Yeah, I think that's the best thing to do. All right, market's open, guys. Market is open. Market is open. Let's see if we maybe can catch a decent trade and leave I'll leave in the green for the weekend. Looks like she wants to go up to the fix support high, guys. That's what it looks like right now. So we could be putting in another all-time high this morning. Kind of what it's looking like to me. Getting stuck there at the naked point of control, though. Let's see if we can do something about that. I think we got some room to go, guys. We got some room to go. Room up to go. So any major dip here, I'm going to probably buy if we get a dip. Looks like we may not.
Order filled.
I'm going to try this long here. Looking for 529 on this fill. Looking for 529.
Order filled.
All right, we got her. 536. Tova says 536. I think she's still got room up, but you know, this is the open. It's been known to do some crazy stuff. Hey Tova, is there any Mediterranean cruise line that you have used that you recommend? And where do you fly into? Do you fly into like Spain or Greece or something like that? I'm sure you don't leave from like Miami, right? Norwegian Cruise Lines, huh? All right, brother. You have to try that. Yeah, well, our poor high is set right now at 567. Our poor high is at 567, so keep your eyes on that number. I mean, I'm sure you have it as a regular all-time high, but the reason why I'm calling it a poor high is because it didn't give price enough room to kind of expand to see if there were any more takers at higher prices. There was a bunch of bunched up buyers in that area, so maybe there's buyers at a higher price. Or should I say sellers is what I mean. Transactions. Contracts, call it, you know? Well, actually, no, it is buyers because the ones trying to manipulate there are the sellers. So as long as people keep buying, they'll keep selling to them. So the sellers need to push the price higher in order for the buyers to have a proper auction there. Yeah, it is buyers. It's confusing sometimes there. It gets a little confusing. So it looks like she's building a base off the naked point of control. What's up, Zad? Zad has changed his name to Zad Workaholic. I like the name, brother. Hopefully we could change that name to Zad Winaholic. And you just focus on winning. Nothing but winning, buddy. Keeping our eyes on this market here. Next trade I'd like to see would be either a retest at lower numbers or a or maybe a short much higher. So Tova says I should fly into Lisbon and then go from there. Yeah, so a couple of days in Portugal, huh? I heard Portugal is a good place to go if you don't want to pay any capital gains. Have you guys ever thought about that? If you make so much money, have you guys ever thought, when I make a ton of money day trading, where am I going to go live? You guys going to move to Puerto Rico? You guys going to move to that, what's that, Dubai? You guys going to move to Dubai? You're going to go to Lisbon? You're going to go to Portugal? There's some Caribbean countries that also treat short-term capital gains very, very nicely. Vladimir says Dominican Republic. I'm not familiar with the Dominican Republic's stance on short-term capital gains. Can't be worse than U.S. though, right? Problem with doing that as a U.S. citizen is that you have to denounce your citizenship. But I heard that Trump may make short-term capital gains. Might change the whole game on short-term capital gains in crypto to attract more crypto to the United States. But I don't know about trading. May have to start trading crypto exchanges, right? Hope the IRS is not listening. All right, looks like we're getting a pretty strong bounce here off the EMAs. Tova says they need to lower capital gains. Yeah, if we would have got the opposite, if we would have gotten another Democratic administration, our capital gains would have not only remained high or higher, but they wanted to tax us on unrealized capital gains, which is you own a house and you have equity in it, or you own stock and you have equity in it. Like, you have to pay on that equity even though you haven't sold it, which is crazy. I know a lot of billionaires would probably fight that because billionaires never sell anything. They always borrow against their assets. So that kind of defeats the whole loophole that they've created where they never sell their stock. Like guys like Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk, like you never see them selling their shares unless it's like an emergency. You usually see them borrowing against their shares with like zero interest rates, like stupid low rates. So Tova says, yeah, that was such BS that there was no way they could have done that. Yeah, I know. Imagine the accounting nightmare that would have been, because you think your investment property is worth 500 and then the government tells you it's worth $1 million and then you got to pay on $1 million. Dude, it would have been horrible to live in the US. I think I would have renounced my citizenship if that really would have happened. So Josito says, Andorra, no capital gains, and you live in the Mediterranean. That's in Spain, huh? Wow, dude. You guys have done your homework, I see. So who would actually do it? Out of anyone who's listening right now, who would actually make that move? Like, no joke. You got kids, no kids, your wife, your family. Would you really make that move? I'm the type of person, I'm so like risk on that I would. The only thing that has kept me in the States, I believe, even this long, has been because I have two daughters that are fully ingrained in school. But if things got ugly, I have no problem taking them and going homeschool. So Tova says the amount of the IRS personnel needed to that would be crazy. I know, but they'll just tax us to death, and half our population would work for the IRS. It's crazy. So Unicorn Queen said she'd move. She'd go to Dubai. So I heard a lot of Americans love Dubai, but once they live there, they start to hate it because it's such a culture shock with the topography, with the climate, with the amount of like bougie people. I don't know if you're, if you could ever be okay with any of that, but it would be difficult for me. I'd love to go to Dubai too, just to visit. And I've thought about, hey, would I move to Dubai one day? So many like pro investor, business, influencer, like there's so many benefits there. But would I ever really do that? And the more I think about it, I probably would not be happy there. I think I'd be happier in like a place like Josito was saying, in like Andorra, which is like in the middle of the Mediterranean in Spain. or like a place like even Puerto Rico, and I would still retain my citizenship but just get that tax loophole. But I don't think I could ever make it in Dubai. Here we go for the poor highs, guys. Tova says, I could never rescind a U.S. citizenship. It wouldn't have any issue. Tova says, I could never rescind U.S. citizenship, but I wouldn't have an issue living anywhere else. Yeah, so the only problem with that, Tova, means you still have to pay all the taxes in the United States, because the United States is the only country in the world where you can live in another country, but you still have to pay taxes on anything earned in or outside the United States to the United States, which is crazy. I heard, I don't know if this is a rumor or hearsay, but I heard that Trump is actually going to change that, or the Trump administration is actually going to change the fact that if you live in another country, you can you won't have to pay taxes in the United States and still retain your U.S. citizenship. Now, the reason why we're the only country in the world to do this is because during the 70s, when there was like a bunch of draft dodgers, or was it 70s or 60s, when there was a lot of people leaving the United States to move to Canada so they can avoid a draft, they were no longer paying taxes in the United States. So to kind of get those people back in the tax code, they were making it where if you moved anywhere in the world, you'd still have to pay tax in the United States, and it never went away. It just always is stuck around. It's the only country in the world that happens in. Unicorn says she would have dual citizenship. Unfortunately, that doesn't solve the issue. You still have to pay those beautiful taxes. And Zad wants to know how today's market is. Today's market looks pretty clean. I read it pretty well this morning. I saw that it wanted to go higher and take out that poor high. So I think it's trading pretty well. So Tova says his oath to this country never expires. See, that's another thing I thought about too, Tova. I thought about that too, because leaving this country would kind of mean like giving up on the United States and everything the United States has provided for me, which I am not ungrateful at all, because I come from a country where it's like you're lucky to have food, you're lucky to have clothes, you're lucky to have a lot of things. And I visit my country from time to time, and I see where my family grew up, where I was born, and believe me, the United States, the poorest person in the United States is wealthier than most people in those countries. So that's one thing that always stuck with me too, which is like me leaving the United States. What if everybody left the United States because they weren't happy with the administration, or they weren't happy with tax codes, or they weren't happy with, I don't know, anything? That means that there would be no one left in the United States. We'd be giving up on it, right? And there's a gentleman by the name of Jim Rohn. He was the mentor for Tony Robbins, and I love Jim Rohn. Maybe a few of you might know who he is. If you guys have never heard of him before, look up Jim Rohn. He's amazing motivational speaker. One of his speeches will change your life if you really pay attention to it. So Jim Rohn said, at one point, taxes in the United States, the effective taxes were 90%. At one point, for wealthy people. And obviously the United States had to change that, because wealthy people were saying, you know what, I'm just not going to work up to a certain point, because if I do, it's just all going to the taxes. So the government wasn't really getting more tax by taxing wealthy people 90% than they were by taxing people at 50% or 40% or 30%. So the less you tax, the more you incentivize millionaires to make more money. So what Jim Rohn said is, why would you complain if effective taxes are 90%? If this is the country that allows you to make that much money, where 90% of taxes would be a problem, would be an issue. It said that's like you cursing the ground that you walk on, or killing the goose that lays the golden eggs. So when he said that, I was really kind of like, I took a different stance on all of that, and I was like, wow, like you really can't complain about how bad we have it, because this is the country that provides the opportunity, all the opportunity, right? It's most of the opportunity. I say all of it. Some countries have a little more liberties than us in some ways, but in other ways we don't. So never curse I guess the moral of the story is, never curse the ground you walk on. Whether you live in the U.S. or you live in India or you live in any country, right? There's always opportunity, but it all starts with the way you perceive it. And if you perceive it as being bad, then it'll be bad. If you perceive it as being great, then it'll be great. So that was kind of like my spiel on that. So Josito says a lot of YouTubers live in Andorra, which is crazy. I've never heard of that. And Tova has an oath to this country because he did serve. So that is very true, brother. Unicorn Queen, meanwhile, I'm over here blabbing. She's already hit her TP2. So Zad wants me to explain that triad strategy I gave in my Discord. Triad. What is it? What is a triad strategy? I'm not sure which triad strategy you're telling me about. Tell me about the triad strategy. All done for the day. I don't want to be greedy. I'm all locked out. Good job, Tova. See you on Monday, brother. I'm about to head out in a little bit too. Maybe I can catch a trade at one point here. But right now we're revisiting all-time highs, guys. Revisiting those all-time highs. We ripped through the poor highs, which is what the market wanted. So Unicorn Queen, she had no problem swallowing her ego or pride, and she said, I was wrong in the morning with a short, so I doubled on my long, doubled down on my long. And now she is cleaning up, guys. She's cleaning up. She made back her losses, and now she's in profit and going to be okay with that because the price action has held up a lot this week. Yes, it has. Yes, it has. So a lot of people are probably thinking that today's going to be a red day because yesterday did show some weakness. But instead of having the red day, here we go pumping. Bitcoin's up back up to 99,000. Nvidia is 145. Tesla's at 174. That's crazy. I have a lot of Tesla too, which is good. All right, so let's keep our eyes open here, guys, and what could be possibly. So what are some possible setups here? Some possible setups, obviously, you know, keep your eyes open for a short, but at all-time highs, you really, it's scary to short all-time highs. It really is because it normally doesn't just do like an inverse V. It doesn't do like a cone and just come right down. It tends to finagle all-time highs somewhat before actually making lower lows. So I'd probably be staying away from shorting this. I'd probably be looking more for strength. So a place that gets strong off of or find some strength could be the poor high that we just went through. It could be the short-term EMAs. Could be the naked point of control, which we found to be resistance and support earlier today at 516. A bunch of areas to keep your eye on. Unicorn Queen will tell you that there's 1 minute fair value gap in here at 555. Might be an area of interest. See, I had to shout you out, Unicorn. Oh, okay, Zad, I understand what you're saying. So Zad is saying that in the Discord, the PDF files mention several strategies. There's one strategy it focuses on a lot, but I forgot the name. Can you explain it in detail? Okay, so Zad, what you're referring to is some PDFs that Gus, our trader here, who probably the most seasoned trader out of all of us, if I'm not mistaken, guys. He's 25 years in the markets, an additional 5 years watching the markets, so almost 30 years in the markets, right? He has these strategies in a PDF form in our education tab. And if you have questions on that, you can message him on Discord and he will respond back. He's very responsive and he's very helpful. So I don't know which strategy that he's talking about as far as the triad goes, but he trades off of order flow. He trades off of delta volume. He uses a lot of the VWAP and the VWAP extensions. So what I would do is I would focus on learning the following, Zad. Learn this. Learn footprint charts, aka order flow. Learn delta, CVD, cumulative volume delta. Learn VWAP strategies. And then that's the base that you should start off with. Learn that first, and then you can start looking at additional strategies, which mean how do I trade a trend day? How do I trade a consolidation day? How do I trade reversals? And then you can build off of that. But there's too much to learn that I can tell you just to focus on all of that at once. Vladimir says 700 possible, 800 not too sure. And Unicorn Queen says yes. If we're going higher, all down closed candles should support price to go up higher. And then Vladimir says, what footprint chart do you recommend in TradingView? The footprint chart I recommend, buddy, is the one that's built right into the system. So if you click up here, you'll see that you have the footprint chart in here. It is volume footprint right there. I already have it as a favorite, so I'll just show you what you mean. When you do use the volume footprint chart, what I would like for you to do, which helps me a lot, is you go into the settings and you go to the symbol and you change the type from buy and sell, change it to delta. And the delta will give you the difference in buyers and sellers in that given candle. So once you see this, it looks very confusing. It confused the hell out of me the first time I ever saw it too, believe me. But all it really is it's the price action, but it's also a price ladder. A price ladder is what they used to use in the markets prior to bars. So what it does is it tells you how many contracts are being exchanged at any given price. It's really good for finding trap buyers and trap sellers. So I will make a video on all this stuff, guys. I probably should. You know, I'm pretty good at explaining things. So I'll add that to the course catalog of videos that I'll create for our channel. But really, at the end of the day, what you want to do is you want to zoom in enough where you can see the numbers, where you can see the cumulative numbers at the bottom, where it shows you the delta. And you also want to be able to see these little green sections here, which are imbalances. Or on red candles, you'll see red little dashes in here, which would be negative imbalances or sell imbalances. But the buy imbalances show up on the right hand side, these little bars here. I don't know if you guys can see them. So that's the one I would recommend. That's the one I use. It works pretty well. You can pay more money for additional footprint charts like XO charts and things like that, but I don't think it's necessary. I don't know if Ninja Trader or if Tradeify has it or has an option for it. I didn't see it, but I'm sure somebody who does use Ninja Trader or Tradeify longer than me can tell you. All right. Yeah, every time I go to footprint, I have to resize the rest of my charts. All right, so right now, the market is consolidating and is looking for a place to bounce from. The market can do anything and everything, so I'm not saying, you know, a short is out of the question, but I'm not looking for a short. Even if I miss it, it's okay. I just this week I've been burnt too many times trying to short all-time highs, and it did not work most of the time. It didn't work. I don't think it worked once. The reason why it normally doesn't work, guys, is because a lot of retail, they short all-time highs. And as long as retail is shorting, then the market makers will bring price higher because they know that there's transactions there. So if everyone's shorting these areas, where do they put their stop losses, right? If I'm shorting right now, where do I put my stop loss? My stop loss goes right here at 21,614. So what is that? What is that? In other words, it's a buy. It's a purchase order. So if the market makers say, well, we're looking to sell for the highest price, well, let's go up here. We'll sell to these clowns that are willing to buy at these prices. So that's why shorting the all-time high hasn't worked for me this week, because I'm a clown, and because the market makers know that psychologically retail likes to short all-time highs because they're like, oh, I can't keep going higher. It can't keep going higher. And then it just does, because we short it and we put our stop losses here, which means that they can come here and sell and sell to us at higher prices and sell and continuously go and sell to us for higher and higher and higher. So that's why it's dangerous to short all-time highs. Yes, sir. That's it, Zad. You got it, man. That's your basics there. That's your basics there, man. You should really just focus on that. That would, if you focused on that, and you, let me add one more, buddy. I'm gonna add one more. CVD, which you wrote delta, but I'm gonna be a little more specific. CVD, which is cumulative volume delta. Learn footprint charts, aka order flow. Yes, sir. You need to do that. That's one of the best indications for learning and understanding how these markets move. And from a technical perspective, there are a lot of chartists who trade price action. But if you want to understand what Gus is talking about, learn that. All right. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to check on my wife. This looks pretty promising, too. All right, we're still good. So Storm says, Fed Bowman's progress on inflation seems to have stalled. Is he speaking right now? The Unicorn Queen says, after me, I use pure price action. I don't need indicators, and most strategies will work sometimes, but find strategies that resonate with you and you can readily identify, then you'll make money. Yeah, Unicorn Queen is 100% right. As long as you understand, like as long as you trade one or a few assets, let's just say one asset for now, long enough, you will start to understand how it moves and what it does by price action. And then if you have your strategy based around that, you really don't need many indicators. I like using a few indicators to kind of confirm what I'm seeing, just to give me extra confidence. But you could trade a naked chart and be fine with price action and maybe a few trend lines. He spoke at 9:15? Okay. Do we got any other news today? I don't think we have any other news today. I think that was it. That was for the most part. Consumer sentiment, that was at 10. I came in at 74 as opposed to 73, which is good for the dollar. Yeah, people are shorting this, guys. People are shorting this. So as long as they're shorting, their stop losses are getting ran. Stop losses are getting ran. Good strategy on all-time high days is just finding support off the EMAs. Whatever time frame you're using, just find support off those EMAs somehow. And if you get a dip underneath the EMAs with a quick move away from them, or back into them, I should say. Like if we see something like this. I'm just going to give you an example. I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm just giving you an idea of what I'm talking about. Okay. Let's just say we would have broken down here a little bit, and we would have came out of the EMAs by a little bit, and maybe we test these poor highs. Depending on the speed and the structure that we come away from those and come away from the poor high and back into the EMAs, that could be a really nice entry on all-time high days like this. Keep those in mind too. The ones that pop off like the EMAs, those are great. It did really well here. It did really well here. But now that we've actually created a new all-time high, really you really wanna keep those trading ideas in mind. Instead of trying to fight this stupid trend, that only goes up because people keep shorting, you may want to think, how can I get high? How can I get high? How can I get in on this move to higher prices? I'm sure you guys can figure out how to get high on your own. Yeah, so Unicorn Queen says she's not going to short just yet. And I think her and I had a conversation about this early in the week where she was like, oh, market structure still is not bearish. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to try it anyway. And she was 100% right. Market structure was not ready for shorts. And so what Gus, one of our traders who's I spoke of earlier, what he said is in all-time high days, you probably don't want to take any shorts until we're under the actual VWAP, which is great advice. Kind of same thing that Unicorn Queen's saying, because by that point we would have definitely broken market structure. So right now, if we look at our 1 minute chart or any chart right now, for that matter, we have our regular VWAP at 519. We have our anchored VWAP from the highs at 508, and we have our anchored VWAP from the low at 500. So this area here is going to be crazy support. We have the overnight highs. We have the naked point of control. We have 3 VWAPs. So this area here, guys, if we come down to this area, it could be a nice place to trade for bounces. And if we lose it, then we definitely are going to see lower prices. In my opinion, if we lose it and we reject off of it, then it could be pretty ugly. So what I'm going to be looking for as I'm trading in the car on the way to St. Augustine is possibly something like this. Possibly something like this. And it's not going to be that sharp on the way up, but I'm just giving you an idea. Could be something like that. Now, if we lose it, if we lose that area, we might see something like this. If we lose that area, we could see something. I'll change the color on it too. We could see something like this. Come down to this area. Come back up. Come back lower. Make it look like it's going up higher. And then come back lower. There we go. Test this area one more time and then dump for good. I'll fix that in a sec. But let me eliminate that one. All right. So if we do dump and we don't hold that area, while dumping, it's going to look like it's going to pop. So keep that in mind. So come into this area, look like it's going to pop, trap some bulls, come back down, look like it's going to pop like the move I'm looking for, trap more bulls, and then continue down lower, get rejected, and down lower. So both of these possible trade setups I'm looking for, and I'm ready and willing to be wrong on the trade back up, because if I am, just like Unicorn Queen said, I'll catch the short because I know what I'm looking for. If I lose this area and we reject off of it, then I'm short. If we come here and we bounce from it, finding support in this area, then I'm long. If we even get down there. But just an area to keep your eye on. Oh yeah, sorry Josito. That's 520 to 500 basically. 520 to the overnight highs. That's around like 495, 497. So that area there. You got it, Zad. That's pretty much what you need to look at. And the queen is still long, and I don't blame you. As long as we don't lose this 21 EMA here, you're made in the shade. The Renko still hasn't lost a 21 either, and is still, the money flow is still very strong. We just got a pretty big red candle to the downside, with Renko starting to form a green candle, which is a good sign for bulls also. So I don't blame you, Unicorn Queen, for still being long. I couldn't sleep, so I was trading in London session too. Okay. Nice. Nice. I might join you in a long on Bulenox if we retest that area again, that 21. Or that NPO. No, that was the all-time high there. Actually, no, I take that back. I'm not taking any trades just yet. I'm not taking any longs just yet. Reason why I'm not taking any longs just yet is because Tova mentioned to me that when he looks at this indicator that's based off of Wickoff, he says he doesn't take any trades by the zero line. So right now we're literally on the zero line. So if I'm gonna take a long, I'd like it to be under the 50 before taking a long. So I'm gonna take his word for it and just sit tight and wait for a better opportunity. And Unicorn Queen says, looking like a bullish order blocks are holding price up for now, but I do have my midpoint of reversal marked out. You always got to be ready for all things. Unicorn Queen, that's awesome. That says triple top on short time frames, so this will fail and go higher. Thoughts? Triple top on short time frames, so this will fail and go higher. I don't think it's gonna. Well, I think what you're saying is the downward action is gonna fail. Yeah, I still think it'll go higher. I still do. I still think it'll go higher. The only thing that's failing is probably shorts, because everyone is, and their mother probably is trying to short this right now. And because of that, like I said, we're gonna go higher. Renko says higher. Price action says higher. Absorption says higher. Even this little indicator says higher, but I just don't like where we are at the moment. Let me see the momentum indicator. That's ATR, sorry. My momentum indicator is not here. There goes higher prices. Momentum indicator still looks like we have room to go up. So, all green for now, guys. All green for now. Nothing but green. New all-time high. YM is not doing as good. Neither is the ES. RTY is doing decent. Let's take a look at the volatility again. Can't wait to get my new setup going, because this switching between charts is not great. All right, it looks like we're getting more volatility coming in. The VIX is increasing, but the price still keeps going up. So there's a decoupling right now between risk and the Nasdaq, which is kind of crazy. XRP is doing nice. We'll sell that later on today. Take a look at the RTY. Any opportunities there? RTY, the RTY looks like it might be ready for a little bit of a pump, but can't be too sure just yet about that. YM is looking like it rolled over. So there is a clear divergence right now, guys, between the YM and the Nasdaq. There's probably a divergence here between the ES as well. Now the ES is actually still doing all right. Unicorn Queen says 665 is her next target. This girl's just printing money. If you guys ever want to learn how to print money, you just hit up the Unicorn Queen. She'll give you a step-by-step. This girl is on fire. I'm just kidding. Nobody hit her up. Unless you're willing to pay handsomely. She charges $1,000 an hour. All right, we may be getting a bit of a reversal at the moment because we did get a humongous spike in volume here. So we could be reversing down just a tad. Yeah, Tova, I think you're right. The YM and the NQ or ES don't correlate too much, but I think the ES and the NQ do. Right? They're completely different companies. But I think sentiment is what I'm referring to as far as the divergence in sentiment in the overall market. So tempted to short right now, but I can't find it in me to do that just yet. Even though like we do have huge volume spike here, clearly overbought. I'm gonna wait till this indicator down here gives me a crossover on the NQ Rinkos. I think we got a little bit of room to the upside to go still. There's a lot of gamblers in the chat. Half of them want me to hold XRP, the other one want me to sell it. It's crazy how it's just about 50-50. That's what makes markets move, is a clear differential in mindset, right? You can't sell if someone doesn't buy. You can't buy if someone doesn't sell. So it's crazy how that kind of panned out. This market is strong, guys. Strong, strong, strong. Yeah, Tova says he wants to ask me why short. Until we have a directional change, I wouldn't look at a short. I know. You know what they say is old habits are hard to break? Old habits are hard to break. So the reason why I even mentioned possible short is the humongous amount of volume that came in on this last move, 3,800 contracts. And the fact that I think this market wants to retest these VWAPs. I think, you know, it's going to happen sometime today, but maybe then go even higher. But again, there's probably a lot of people thinking the same thing. And they probably have similar indicators saying that we're overbought. Similar indicators are saying we're losing momentum. So they're shorting. Stop losses up here. So it'll give them a little bit of a teaser and then rip right back up, right? Yeah, Tova says, I'm trying to catch the top. No, I'm not going to take it, Tova. I'm not going to take it. I'm more prioritizing a long than I am a short. And especially not right where we are at the moment anyway for a short. It still needs more time to cook. And I think we're going to do the right thing here and wait for this thing to tell us when it's time to short as far as structure goes. So thank you for that. Keeping my mind right instead of having cream dreams over here. Tova saying 640 and 650 are his TPs. Yeah, my long from this morning, unfortunately, my two longs from this morning got stopped out. I think what I got to start doing is not placing a stop loss in place and closing them out manually instead if it goes against me too much. But that's a slippery slope. Because down here I got long and I got stopped out twice. A few times. I think it's twice I got stopped out. And that was the move. That was the move. I had the opportunity to probably get long in here too, and I didn't. It looked expensive at the time, but now it looks so cheap. It's crazy, right? Another opportunity here to get long too, even though this looked expensive. but now it looks cheap when we're 40 points higher. The queen has 650, 665, and 709 as her targets. Do you add to your trades, Unicorn Queen? I don't mean losers. Do you add to your winners? Wanted to get long in here too, but I found it to be a little risky. I feel myself becoming a better trader already, Tilva. With just restraint. Normally I'd be like balls deep into shorts by now. And look at that VWAP, how it's curving up so strong. Okay, so my experiment this morning, I sent over 10XRP this morning to my exchange to see how much they will charge me to sell it. So if I wanted to sell it all, they will charge me, which looks like they are charging me 23 cents to sell $23 worth. So there's that 10%? No, it's not. It's 1%, right? 1%, I think. 23.17. Just doing some quick math here, guys. Give me a sec. Yeah, so he charged 1%. So if I wanted to sell, okay. So I'm looking at like 600 bucks to sell. Okay. Yeah, it looks like I'd be paying 1,700 versus 600. So, man, these crypto exchanges, they make a lot of money. So, Josita wants to know how the Unicorn Queen's picking her targets. She has a direct line. She has a red telephone in her office. Josito, she told me this off stream. She has a red telephone in her office in which she can call ICT himself, and he gives her the numbers where the algorithm is going to take price. Or I think she's using standard deviations on the 1 minute, 1 hour, and the daily charge. I can't remember which one it is. It's one of the two. It's one of the two. I just can't remember. I'm leaning more towards the ICT thing though. Unicorn Queen, do you think you're a better trader than Tanja Trades? Do you know Tanja Trades? She's like the star pupil of ICT. Do you think you're a better trader than her? I've never watched her trade. I heard she's not that good. But obviously, I can't really say because I'm horrible. I'm worse than probably the worst YouTuber. Do you think you trade better than her if you know who she is or if you watched her? What's up, baby? Time? Okay. I'll be right there. Tova uses pivots. Another thing you guys can do, this is a little old school. You guys can use Fibonacci. Let me show you how that would work. So let's pull out the old Fibonacci, guys. Good old Fibonacci. Good old fib extensions. Let me show you what that might look like. A good old fib extension. Let's see if we can try it from here. Let's try a bigger one. Another way to look at it too, guys, is the average daily range. Right now, our high of our average daily range would be at 727. That's one way to look at it. But if you want to go the old school way, we'd probably need to find a significant low. A significant low. Let's try this significant low from, I think this is December 4th, December 3rd. Okay. And that's where we're running our anchored VWAP from too. Let's see what we can pull up with this. And then we'll play around with some of the extensions. Let's go significant low to significant high. Back down to significant low. All right, now let's check it out. Let's check them out. See if I can find them. Did they pop up? Did they show up? Try this one more time. Did it go away? There we go. That's better. Some people also use this thing called harmonics. It's basically just a lot of fancy patterns based off of ratios and Fibonacci's as well. Why are they not showing up? Oh, there they are. There they are. Okay. So we have them. Our most significant, let's see which one this one is. One second, guys. All right, so sorry about that. All right, let's clean this up a little bit. Okay, get rid of that. All right, so the 1618, which is very important in the Fibonacci world, that is at over 22,000. We'll go check that out in just a second. But I'm gonna add some levels here. I'm gonna add the 786. I'm gonna add the 618, which is very, very important. And we'll create a golden pocket here at 6.5. We'll add the 382. And we'll add the 50. Be right there, baby. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at some of these levels and see if these levels have panned out. So right now, our 50, our 0.5 is exactly where we're topping out right now at 644. The golden pocket, the golden ratio, the golden pocket, the 618 is at 700. So do with that what you will. You know, that's a nice level there. The 786, which is another important Fibonacci number, that is at 765. I didn't add the 1. Let me give you guys the 1. There's also a 127. I'll give you. Okay. I mean, that's probably overkill. The 1 is at 21,850. And the 1.27 is at 21,973. So if you want to look at it from a Fibonacci perspective, a lot of your numbers are probably coming in very close to those. So this is just added confirmation in case you guys ever want to try that out. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'm going to extend these to the right so that way we can see these. Extend them both. All right, so let's go back to our smaller time frames. I'll get to your questions in just a second, guys, or your comments, and then then I'll probably have to go. Right now, I'm liking a long from 617 to 600. Looks like that was a place where there was interest recently. So it looks like we just hit that 0.5 at 642 or 645. We did catch support on these wicks off the 382, which is pretty cool. I haven't used Fibonacci in a while. I used it a lot for trading crypto, but as you guys know, probably didn't work out too much in my favor. That was probably more of a mental thing. But the levels do carry strength. I will tell you that much, especially the golden pockets. They carry a lot of strength. Okay. All right. So that's my spiel. So Unicorn Queen says she doesn't compare herself to any other traders. I trade a strategy that works for me, and I'm able to read the markets in a unique way, and it works for me. That's all I have to say. So basically what you're saying is, hell yeah, you're a better trader than Tanja. And ICT hasn't picked up on that yet. And pretty soon you will be his #1 star pupil. That's what I'm getting from that. I haven't watched her trade. I don't know if she's a really good trader or not, but I can tell that you are. And I can tell that you make money. I know a lot of YouTubers, they just use the ICT name and they use the ICT concepts to get more viewership. It looks like you actually walk the walk. I'll leave it. I'm just ending right and just reading the last few. Yeah, I'm hanging over and I'm just reading the last few comments and just going. Yeah, 5T5 says trading this top is hard. I do agree with you, and I think that staying away from a market like this that is doing nothing but trending, and you're not used to that kind of market, is also a good idea. Just sit it out. I have to go, guys. I'll read Unicorn Queen's last comment here. Yeah, I put in a lot of hours on these charts and studying. I have notebook after notebook after notebook. It takes time, and I've been at this now going on 3 years, but I studied the first 2 and demo traded. That takes a lot. That right there says volumes about you, because it takes a lot of restraint and mental, I guess you would call it mental fortitude, to stay away from the charts. You don't treat it like being a gambler. You're like, the time will come for me to make money, and right now I just have to learn. For about a year, and this is the first year I've been full-time trading the charts. Good for you, man. Good for you, Unicorn Queen. All right, guys, I have to take off. I have more important things to do. I have to take my wife. Well, she's taking me to a weekend getaway in St. Augustine. So I'll check you guys on Monday. Be careful today. It is a Friday, and there is volatility. So we'll see you then. Take care, guys. Oh, yeah, hit that like and notification bell, too, and subscribe. Take care, guys.